We really don't remember what we talked about last week, but this is... Well, fuck last week. This is Piss and Moan. We'd come with the conclusion that it was going to be critiques, or...
I thought it was Knit and Pick now.
Well, so... The reason why this isn't our first episode, even though it's probably the first episode, is because our first episode got flagged for
it's all his fault.
terms of service violation. Still don't really know what that means.
This wouldn't be a problem.
We're legitimately don't know why it got flagged and been taken down. They just said, you violated community guidelines.
Pay the court to fine or serve your sentence.
Speak louder.
I don't want
to. I know. Also, we, excuse the audio, but we just... This is my mic, because I just snapped it off its base.
I'm sure tapping it on the table really helped.
I know, it sounded amazing, but fuck! This has been a fantastic day. I'm sick. I broke my mic. Our first video has been flagged and taken down. This is a start to a good series. We're going to review movies. But no, so, depending on what the reason is for our strike... this may switch from Piss and Moan to Knit and Pick, which I think is also fantastic. I don't know how he comes up with these names so easily, but
well, it's because I'm that good.
That's a fact.
It's great. I spent a lot of time just staring at walls. It leaves a lot of time for thinking.
Not productive thinking, but thinking.
No. Productive thinking ruins thinking.
But no, we had decided that this was going to be Piss and Moan or Knit and Pick. Not reviews, not critiques. I may just have to watch our first video to remember it.
Who knows? I'm sure we had something.
Yeah. There's something witty. It wasn't the normal... This fucking sharp-ass screw sticking out of the base. That's dangerous.
Well, we called ourselves the movie Cynics in the first one.
Cynics. Yes, Cynics.
Not
Piss and Moan Cynic. Movie Cynics.
Knit and Pick movie Cynics.
Knit and Pick movie Cynics. One of those
Copyright
two movie
pending.
Cynics. No. I want to be one of those assholes that make everyone else's life difficult by branding.
I think by dint of putting it on YouTube, it becomes copyrighted by us.
Intellectual property, maybe? I don't know.
Who knows?
I don't know how that works.
This has been an interesting introduction. Let's move on to the actual movie.
Yes, we're going to be reviewing John Wick 2, which we just saw over the weekend. I think our general consensus... I'm blocking my freaking windows. Like I'm a genius. What? Fuck.
He's really good at this.
Yes, I came prepared. I'll edit all that shit out.
No, you won't.
No, I won't. We saw John Wick 2, and I don't know about you, but I thought it was great. I thought it was amazing. I really like John Wick 1, but I thought John Wick 2 was everything great about John Wick 1, but better, with maybe some minor gripes.
I thought John Wick 1 was I could not stand Keanu Reeves' acting. And to be fair,
he still can't.
He's not better than 2. He just says less, which is nice.
I disagree. I personally like Keanu Reeves' acting. I'm going to jump right to one of my items right away, because... So, both Keanu Reeves and Lawrence Fishburne are in this... Not Samuel Jackson.
No, not Samuel Jackson.
Are in this movie. And it hit me that I saw it as John Wick and Morpheus, not Neo and Morpheus.
I think that's just your overexposure to... him, Lawrence Fishburne, in the other role. Because, I mean, how many other movies have you seen Lawrence Fishburne in?
Actually, a few. I'm not I couldn't name any, but I know he's in
He was on
things.
the TV show CSI that I watched for a while.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I've seen him do a lot of things other than just... And, I mean, Keanu Reeves looks so different than he did in The Matrix with all that hair.
Yeah. I don't know, it was astounding to me because...
I bet you if he'd been wearing a trench coat, glasses, and short hair, you'd have thought of him as Neo.
Yeah, if he looked exactly dressed up like Neo, I probably would have thought of the actor who played Neo as Neo.
Yeah, probably. I mean, if you think about it, really...
It does seem likely. There's a high likelihood that would happen.
Yeah.
So, one of my, gripes is I thought it was almost a little too graphic. I really love the action in these movies. But when he's, like stabbing people with pencils and... even like I'm okay with a lot of like he fires a shot into a guy's head and you literally see like splatter go up. That didn't bother me as much as some of his like very graphic executions, like the pencil stuff specifically. It just seemed out of place given the I don't know, jujitsu style of combat and everything.
Yeah, I suppose it's kind of a contrast because, well, the first one was kind of gory, but it wasn't that gory.
I felt this one was much more graphic. I wouldn't say gory, but
true.
Graphic.
Graphic, yeah, because
They have just the right level of gore, in my opinion. I thought gore was done fantastically in this.
Some of the situations it didn't make sense in, like when he's walking down the white hallway and he puts the bloody handprint on the wall and nobody cares.
That shit happens, man.
I mean,
this is New York City.
Hell, the fight.
Everyone's assassins.
The fight on the damn train. There's just 3 people. There's a bunch of people sitting on the train. At least 2 guys are going at it.
I would say,
I would be on my phone calling the cops.
Yeah. I would say that if I saw 2 guys, rolling and wrestling and throwing blows, clearly legitimate fighters with real training, I'm getting nowhere near that shit.
Yeah, either calling the police or switching cars.
Yeah.
Potentially disconnecting the train car behind me. I hear that's really easy to do.
One thing that one of the people we went with, they really liked, but I just did not like at all, was there's a scene where they have kind of I don't know, I hate to do spoilers, so a little bit of spoilers, nothing plot-based, because, honestly, the plot isn't much of one in this movie. No offense, I love the movie, but...
It's more than the first one.
Correct.
I liked the plot way better than the first one.
Speaking of plot, this plot is so much like your stereotypical country song. I mean, they came and killed my dog, blew up my house, and stole my car. So I killed them all. It really sounds like someone stole the plot from a country song.
Wow.
Speaking in all stereotypes, and excuse any country fans.
Well,
and autofocus.
They don't have taste anyway.
I should probably turn off autofocus, honestly.
Please stand by.
Yeah, it's just a click. It wasn't a lot. I'll edit that out too, I swear.
I doubt it. I really do. Yeah. I mean, what was your complaint?
But before the plot, him and another assassin are having kind of this, indiscreet duel from, one's up on one floor and one's down below, and they're, stealthily pulling their gun out of their coat and taking little pot shots at each other with silencers, which, by the way, silencers don't make your guns make no noise. They still make noise. Especially semi-automatic pistols like that. There's a lot of noise in the action and the muzzle, or not the muzzle, but the whole action. It's not that quiet because there's so much going on there, and you blow the slide back. There's gas that comes out the top. Yeah, sorry,
it works for movies though.
In the movie, this just seems so preposterous. In this very realistic, down-to-earth combat movie, they have this part where they're just taking little pot shots at each other. And John Wick has missed maybe 5 or 6 shots the entire movie.
Oh, he missed all of them on the important people.
Yeah, exactly. But not only did he just miss them, these are 2 people slowly walking in a hallway, and John Wick shoots, I think it's 3 pillars, a total of 2 times each, consistently. Every time there's a pillar, he shoots it a couple times instead of shooting the guy. And the other guy can't hit the guy who's just walking down there with no cover and just shooting the wall behind.
Well, that's an annoying trend in movies and TV shows in general. They have to show bullets hitting something, even if technically they wouldn't be hitting something if they're trying to hit the person.
Yeah.
When you see someone standing and then you see bullets hitting the ground all around him, you're like...
You're not a very good shot if you're shooting the ground by his feet. I wouldn't be that afraid.
It's if you're gonna, I understand you want to show the fact that bullets are hitting things, but at least have something by the person so it looks like people are aiming at them.
And not something stupid like a pillar that he's walking past. It's so preposterous. But other than that, honestly, I loved the movie. So, did you feel it was paced well? There was enough violence, not enough violence, too much?
There were a couple times where, like Arrival, they had overlong camera shots and were trying to be
dramatic.
Well, trying to be artsy and set where they do the focus where it starts out of focus and then focuses him on walking down some stairs or down a hallway,
smearing his hand on a wall.
That too. Some parts seem to try to be artsy like that, but kind of interfered with the rest of the movie. For me, and it wasn't major problems. again, I enjoyed it more than the first one, so I can't say that enough.
I personally felt the pacing was great. There was portions where it was slow, and it was well done slowness, because one thing I have to say is the whole premise of this movie with this assassin's hotel is awesome, and I love every moment they spend fleshing out that whole concept, and there's these rules, and it's rigid, and
Yeah, I think that's what they did, is they made the John Wick movies better by focusing less on John Wick.
more on the environment.
More on everything else. I mean, they've given the character motivation, but he's still not a very interesting character.
Yeah.
He just kind of, oh God, everyone fears him, and they killed his wife. And I mean, now that they're building up the rest of the world around him, because I love the concept of the assassin hotel.
I would love to see more stuff done in this universe.
Yeah, that'd be fun to write for.
It does seem a little preposterous the way that at the end of the movie, apparently everyone in New York is an assassin. It seems like it's just a city of assassins.
Well, I mean, I don't think everyone's... I think he was saying he had the power to bring all the
but as he was leaving, it was still everybody he passed was getting notifications. Like,
No, it was John Wick being paranoid that everyone was an assassin, not that they necessarily
that's possible.
were.
That's true. It could be.
I mean, if you know everyone gets notified by cell phone that they're supposed to kill you, someone could be just casually playing with their cell phone walking down the street, and you're flipping out, oh God, is this person going to try to kill me?
You know, a fair point.
That's how I viewed it anyway. I mean, you obviously viewed it different,
But I love the movie. I cannot say enough. I highly recommend this. There was one bit, they go to this switchboard room where apparently this assassin hotel uses, like, I don't even old-timey switchboards with, like, hello, operator, who'd like you to reach? And then she patches you through.
Typewriters and signed documents, libraries.
I kind of got I think I got what they were going for. This kind of, like, not steampunk, but that same sort of, like, old-timey feel to kind of set this atmosphere and just be kind of cool. And I liked it, the concept, but it seemed a little preposterous, which I could look past. But the fact that every single person in the room working those switchboards was female just seemed too cliche to me. I understand what they were going for, but just too cliche.
It was a little odd, yeah, because I spent some time on why are they using a switchboard? The guy contacted them with his cell phone.
Yeah, and then goes to a switchboard. You have a really good point. He literally called into a switchboard with a cell phone.
Yeah.
That is...
Did he? Was he in the hotel? No, the second time the time at the end for sure he was using his cell phone. Yeah. Maybe one of the earlier times he was in the
he was using the hotel phone. Yeah. I'm trying to think. One of my big gripes, and I think this is a problem with a lot of these movies, and I think it really comes down to this, like, affirmative action of trying to get women into movies. They stick women in action roles, which I have no problem with. I think that's great. I really do like seeing women in action roles. They tend to do really well. But when you've got, like, the main villain in this... You're not the main villain. The main villain is, like, henchman.
Yeah.
It's this, like,
the Bond
badass
henchman.
Blonde, right?
It wasn't a real hair.
Whatever. But this badass fighter, and she just wasn't believable because she's got little stick arms, tiny little legs. And, like, she gets in a fight with John Wick, and just, like, judging their comparative body masses, John Wick's probably got 150 pounds on her. Once again, getting back to, like, the realism in this movie, it is done so well that up until that point, everything's pretty believable. That fight would have been a complete lopsided... She would have had to have been so much better trained than John Wick to even, like, stand a chance when you're that much smaller than him. It just seemed... It wasn't plausible. And there's plenty of action star women who can really do things. I always, like you mentioned in Deadpool, they've got the Russian lady...
No, I'm not going to
villain, but she looks the role. She looks like she could pick someone up and throw him. She's a female who looks like she's designed to kill. But when you've got this tiny little, like, honestly, she could probably kick my ass because she is that much better trained than I am. But when you're that much smaller than those around you, it really does make it difficult. Are you just fiddling around?
I know. I keep. Right now I'm looking up Deadpool to see which actress it was, and I can't find her.
He just likes to play on his phone.
It's true.
But she just didn't appear opposing. But other than her physical stature, I thought she was fantastic at her role. I really liked her as an actress. For being so physically not imposing, her attitude, expressions, and I liked the way she was mute. Did only sign language.
Yep.
Everything about her was great. I just wish she could have looked like she was a badass physically, other than everything else about her. So that's all I've got. I think
Angel Dust. That was the name of the character.
Oh, yeah, Angel. Whatever. But so one of these things that we're always going to do on these, because I think it's great, is to critique Rotten Tomatoes, because I don't know, we like to do that. Rotten Tomatoes gets it wrong a lot in our opinions, and they didn't in this time. It's got a 91% score. It's what are you doing?
Nothing. Definitely not making secretive gestures to the camera while you're not looking.
And the reviews are all very similar to what we had. You know, it's more of the same, but it's a good thing, and that I absolutely agree. For once, I can't disagree with Rotten Tomatoes. I like that. A symphony of violence ballet, even. Oh, what I was going to say is, I really like the way that this movie does the martial arts. I mean, we've gone away from the karate, wires, and like all this crazy, like high flipping, kicking craziness. Wow. And it's gotten down and dirty. With the advent of mixed martial arts, they've taken that, what people now recognize as what is real combat, what people will do in the streets. And that's what John Wick does. He does these judo flips, arm breaks, and
all martial and no art.
Yeah.
That's how I've heard it described before.
But he does it so beautifully. Like, it's still, I mean, as beautifully as you can do flop on your back.
Yeah. However pretty smashing someone's face, and I mean, there were no rose petals flying. They did have doves flying everywhere, though.
Yeah,
that was the anime cliche. Like, it did cover. Thought I was watching a John Woo movie.
I have to say, I loved Lawrence Fishburne's character. It was just so out there and just wide-eyed and crazy. I don't need your help. I've got all these hobos with guns.
They introduced a lot of characters, and they were all pretty interesting. I mean, the number one problem is most of them end up dead. I liked how the beginning went with tying up the story from the first one with him getting back his car.
Yeah.
Where he decides not to kill the other dude.
There was a number of him deciding not to kill people, and it kind of hits on this topic that he likes to put people in a situation where, look, you have two options. You can try and kill me and die, or you can keep your pressure on that and survive, and live to fight another day. And
yep, and he did that. He did that with
at least hit on a number of times and did it with and I really like that concept. It makes me really think that they're setting this up for more, like maybe for John Wick to be succeeded by someone.
The plan is for one more movie for sure. That's all I know.
I love it. I'm loving this series. I if you were to tell me that there's going to be a new martial arts gunfighting movie starring Keanu Reeves, real nitty gritty and realistic, I'd be like, Neo's going to do a real realistic fighting movie? I really don't have a lot of faith in you. But damn, man, he proved me wrong. That's all I've got, unless you have something more you'd like to add. I give this probably a 9 out of 10. I don't know if I like ratings. Well, with 5 being average and 10 being the bar to set all other movies against, I would probably give this... I don't know if I'd give it a 9 out of 10. It's probably an 8 out of 10. I'd put it in my top 5 movies to see this year, because it's been fantastic so far. I mean, it's been 2 months, so I don't have a lot of movies on that. I've seen maybe... Have I seen any? What new movies have come out this year so far?
I don't know. Not a whole lot. Some.
Like, not Star Wars.
Rogue One.
No, that came out last year, didn't it?
Fair. But, I mean,
it should qualify in this year because they did it in December. But
I brought you Hacksaw Ridge.
That doesn't count. That's from last year, too.
It's fair.
Yeah, I think
but you didn't see it till the...
I think this is the only movie I've seen from 2017. So, yeah, I would definitely put this in my movies I've seen to see.
It's definitely one of the best ones I've seen in the last week.
I think our next movie we're going to go see and review will probably be the new Lego Batman movie, which has been getting nothing but rave reviews. So I'm excited to see that, but that's what you can look forward to next time. And once again, this is where our... Are we done? I think we're done.
So.
And this would be where our YouTube outro would go, because, you know, that's what YouTubers do.
Ooh, we could see 50 Shades Darker.
Ooh. God. I didn't see the first one. I don't plan on seeing the second one.
Me neither.
Let's do it.
I can't see anything else that we didn't see Triple X.
Ooh, I'd like to see that, though.
Haven't seen.
I love the Triple X and the... you don't need to... Just like you don't need to see any of the Fast and Furious movies. Actually, you probably do.
I'm going to go through all of those at some point.
We've got them all. We can marathon it.
We haven't finished Lord of the Rings yet.
Yeah, it's... Well, thank you. That's our video.